All right. Do I look taller? You know, men always love lying about their height. Give me a second. Let's do it like this. Everything that I dream.
Yeah. I hope y'all ready to have some fun today. I really do be thinking I'm a DJ, but it doesn't even matter. Hold on. All I want to welcome you. If this is your first time listening, I want to welcome you to the Paid in Exposure podcast, where I'm your host, Gavin, aka Coke, aka whoever you want me to be. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Don't do that, Kanye. Woo! I'm too good. Never mind, let me stop. I want to welcome everybody to the Paid in Exposure podcast. I already said my name. I am Gavin, aka Coke. That was my phone. Sorry. I am your host. I am your favorite host. This is the only podcast where this is the only photography podcast that caters to black and brown photographers in Charlotte, North Carolina. There's other black podcasts that's based on photography. Shout out to the Black Shutter podcast. Great listen. They do a great job of interviewing multiple photographers over the span. However, we are a weekly podcast, and I try my best to get in here every week. I have a child who is 3 months. I'm telling y'all, I want to apologize to everybody because I try my best to be in here, but they are not playing. Two things happen as soon as you have a kid. Your schedule get jacked up, and 2, you forget a lot of stuff, and 3, you're always late. All right. I'm sorry. It happens. It's happened to me. I used to judge all my clients that should show up late with their kids. And I'd be like, all right, whatever, man. You knew. And apparently, as I get older, it's going to get a lot easier where I am going to learn to be better on time with my schedule. But I'm always late, man. Unless it's my client work, then I'm always on time. But I want to welcome you. Before we get started, I do want to congratulate. Hold on. Shout out to Cashmere. Shout out to Mike. He won the 2021 Paid in Exposure NoMorePie Photographer of the Year. That young man, we're going to have him on next year since the year is about to tap out. But he won. He did an amazing job. His work spoke for itself. And congratulations to him. When I saw his work, it was amazing. I love the lighting. I love the variety that he submitted. I loved everything about his work. Was amazing to me. Great skin, great skin work, retouching, that is, where you could still see the pores of his subjects. Sorry. And I was just shocked. I was actually, I had heard his name before. I was already following him. I heard a lot of good things about him. I didn't put 2 and 2 together because he goes by Cashmere. So when he submitted his work, I was like, all right, I don't know who this is. But when I realized, I'm like, yo, I follow bro. So congratulations to him. You guys will hear more about him. So before we go forward, I want to thank 2 sets of people. First of all, I want to thank everybody that submitted their work and gave me their time, their energy. And it's a lot for photographers to come here and say, hey, I want to submit my work for consideration of an award. This award means 0. When I say that, meaning that it was the first time of an award, it's something that me and Key had came up with that we had wanted to do, and we had no backing. It was no, the things that Cashmere is going to win is coming out of my pocket. All right. It wasn't like, besides the studio time, excuse me, and we'll get more into that later. But Everything else was me paying for. It wasn't like nobody was like, hey, I want to donate this. I'm purchasing the things he will receive, even though we have vendors that are giving things. I'm still paying for that. And I'm grateful because he didn't know what he was getting. He didn't know what he was getting himself into, but it was something that he said, yo, it's about Charlotte. I want to submit my work. And I appreciate that. I want to thank all the photographers that gave me their time, was willing to put their life, not their life, excuse me, shit. We don't want it that deep, but was able to put their energy and their time and their pride on the line. Excuse me. Shout out to Right Designs. And I'm probably going to say McCoy's first name wrong. I'm trying to find his Instagram. Fucking phone, man. Excuse my language. Oh, if this is your first time listening, we get to that in a little bit. I do curse on this podcast. But shout out to we gonna shout out to Right Designs. What's Eddie's thing? This is how you know this is a real podcast, because most podcasts are gonna bleep this part out. Not me. Shout out to Right Design 75, and shout out to Portier McCoy. Both guys. Let me tell you what happened. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We probably had about 25 photographers submit. That list was narrowed down. All right. Out of that 25, that list was narrowed down, and we made the list to, I think, 10. That list was sent out to judges, and of those judges, Right Designs, Portier McCoy, and Cash all tied. I made it. It was no way it was supposed to be a tie. But when you have 10, it splits to a tie. Somehow, whatever. I then sent it to a whole nother set of judges. I said, yo, I need your help, please. And I'm talking about people that don't know, none of the judges live in Charlotte. That was the other thing. I needed people that had no idea who these people were. And they didn't know these people's Instagrams. They didn't know their website. They knew nothing besides the images that these individuals submitted. After that, the three-way tie, it was a two-way tie. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? How are we still tying? And so with that, what we had to do was, excuse me. It was still another three-way tie. That was what made me tight again, because I made it, but a lot of people asked their spouses to help. So it was another tie. So I'm like, God dang it. And so I don't know if Taylor want her people to know. Taylor was the last person to submit. I sent it to her. I said, yo, these are the three people. You can only pick one. Taylor then gave me a reason why each fella should win. And at the end, I said, all right, cool. You can't. She said, can I don't even think she asked to see any of their work, but I wasn't going to get sent to her. I said, look, out of those three, she talked about how everybody had good lighting, how everybody had different subjects, how everybody understood composition. And at the end, she picked Cash and he won. But shout out to everybody that submitted, man, because as a photographer, I've never actually submitted my work for consideration for nothing. Some of it's pride, some of it's just scared, some of it's like not knowing what's going to happen next. But for those photographers that did that, I appreciate y'all. It was amazing. Second, I do want to thank my judges. Y'all killed it. Y'all did amazing. Y'all made it tough for me. I told y'all I wasn't going to get involved, and I didn't. I didn't pick nobody. I didn't disqualify nobody. If you submitted your work, it went through. There was even a committee to narrow it down from 20 to 10, 25 to 10, and I appreciate that. And so for that, man, I do appreciate it. Like I said, y'all hear more from Cash later, and I appreciate that. Also, do me a favor. I need everybody this week. Please, for the next couple of weeks, please follow the Light Factory online as they allow, they had their Titus Higgins project that is going on right now. It's a mentorship program that the Light Factory put on. Everybody that's a part of this podcast knows about it because I mentioned and I encourage everybody to sign up for it months ago. I was selected to be there, but we'll get into that a whole nother day because that's not what's important. But what's important is right now they're allowing every photographer that's a part of this project to take over the Light Factory. The reason why this is important because as a black and brown creators, we can't complain that we're not in certain spaces. When we're given the opportunity, we complain that we're not there. Support your brothers, support your sisters, go there. And yo, it's the next couple of weeks. For the next couple of months, you're going to just see nothing but black art, black work, black creatives taking over this space. And if we don't support, then what's going to end up happening is black creatives are not going to be able to show that, hey, we bring value. We don't bring the eyeballs. We don't bring visitors. We don't bring that support. So guess what? We don't need you guys in these spaces. People are not supporting it. Everything is about money. I don't care what nobody else tells y'all. Everything is about numbers, eyeballs, and how everything's about money. How do we bring money to here? Is it amount of eyeballs here? Is it amount of clicks on our page? Is it amount of support? So please, please go to the Light Factory, Instagram, their Facebook. Please support. Please check it out. And when this gallery comes out, please, we got to show up. We got to show out. It is super important. And it's super dope. It's a super dope mentorship program. I'll be completely honest. When I signed up, I never thought I was going to get selected. Matter of fact, I think I kind of threw it so I didn't get selected. And I was selected, and now I'm there, and I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I just knew I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I filled out the information, but I'm like, they're not going to select me. I don't have what they're looking for. And I was selected, and it's tough. I ain't going to lie to y'all, especially as somebody that does nothing but client work. It's super tough. But the Light Factory, check it out. Support. Please do. How do we do this? I want to thank everybody. Shout out to Jam Laws first. I'm sitting at home. I'm getting online, and I see Ohavia. Shout out to Ohavia. I'm trying to get her on this podcast too. I see Ohavia posting about her and Queen City Nerve and about how she went. And if you don't follow Ohavia Phillips, please do that right now. Ohavia will get on your nerves. I'm telling y'all that right now. Because she self-promotes herself every day, multiple times a day. Ohavia will get on your nerves, but Ohavia will remind you that you're not doing enough on promoting your brand and yourself. And she will actually, once you get that hate out your blood, you will notice that you are not doing a good enough job of yourself, of promoting your brand and your work and your creativity and the things that you can do to change this world. And she will encourage you to do better. So please follow her. So I'm watching Ohavia promote that she's won this award and she's on the cover of another paper. And I'm like, I'm liking it. I'm like, yo, this is super dope. And I'm seeing photographer of the year, TikTok person of the year, Instagram of the year, food place, bars, all this stuff. And I'm like, yo, this is super dope. Shout out to QC Nerve because I was around when QC Nerve, or what used to be known as Creative Loafing, as they folded, they kept it moving, and QC Nerve came, and I'm like, cool. As a child, I remember Creative Loafing, and I don't want to keep bringing them up because they're no longer Creative Loafing, but I remember as a child being born in Charlotte, seeing this, and I'm like, yo, this is a magazine that only talks about art, and I thought it was super dope. So as I'm seeing this, I'm seeing Ohavia post about it. I'm seeing everybody post that's winning. I'm like, that's super dope. And shout out to Jam Laws, because I get a text from Jam Laws around like 5:30. He goes, so you're not going to talk about you? And I was like, nah, what are you talking about? And he goes, you ain't going to talk about the podcast or nothing? And I said, I'm asking Laws, I'm like, well, yo, what's up? He said, bruh, I'm right under the photographer of the year is the best art podcast. And hand claps for the motherfucking podcast winning. Damn it. Shout out to the podcast. To me, I thought Laws was playing. So much so that I went out and got 3 papers. Not gonna lie, I have 3. 3 freaking papers because I thought Laws was BSing. And I want to thank Laws because sometimes you miss things, and if somebody don't tell you, you won't know. And that's why you got to keep great people in your life. So shout out to Jam Laws. Please follow him. And I want to thank everybody for getting us to this point. It's the first award we ever won. And I told Key months ago, I said, yo, stick around. Let's do this. Let's kill this because we're going to go places with this podcast. And so a list of thank yous. I want to thank Key for being a part of this podcast that blew it up. We did 42 episodes last year, and our Spotify numbers came back and we didn't increase listenership over 250%. I'm thankful for that. She was a huge part of that. And even though she's no longer with the podcast, I do need to thank her because she killed that shit. She did what she was supposed to do. And I'm grateful. I want to thank all of our guests, whether it was Rickland, whether it was Lindsay, whether it was Laws. I'm just naming out all the people who ain't on here no more. Whether it's Laws, whether it was Corey, whether it was whoever it might have been, whether it's Desiree. I want to thank everybody, every photographer that listens, that hits me up. Shout out to Judah. Shout out to Gilded Images. Those two guys especially. I'm going to tell y'all why. Every week they hit me up and say they listen. Every week they hit me up to tell me what I got right, what I got wrong. And I'm grateful for that. Every week they show me that they're sharing it with somebody else. Shout out to everybody that donated to the podcast. Henry, shout out to you. I appreciate you, bro. It was just something great. And I know I'm missing people, so please do not kill me. What are gunshots for the people? Donation. If you bought a sponsorship, I'm grateful. If you bought a t-shirt, shout out to Mindy. I'm grateful. If you sent this to somebody, I'm grateful. Shout out to the Light Factory for telling me that they listen. Shout out to Michael Maxwell. I just wanted to say your name, my brother. Shout out to the listeners that ain't got nothing to do with podcasts, but they listen. Shout out to Sierra, you know what I'm saying, who was also a guest. Thank you. Shout out to Amir, who was also a guest. Thank you. Shout out to Hair Wraps and Lipstick. I'm going to get to you ladies in a little bit. But shout out to those listeners. Shout out especially to Sierra and to my mother-in-law. I appreciate both of y'all too, because y'all listen, y'all hit me up and say, hey, I heard this on the pod. What this mean? And you asking for more information. I appreciate that. Shout out to my South Carolina people, whether it's Jared, Shaq, Monica, Mun, who else am I missing? Ari, Ray. I want to shout y'all out because this ain't got shit to do with what y'all listen to. You know what I'm saying? It's a photography podcast, but I love when other people hit me up who don't listen to photography podcasts, but y'all hit me up and y'all listen to this shit. I appreciate y'all. Who else? Shout out to Ez and shout out to Lauren as well. Making sure I'm getting listens in Indiana. I appreciate that. Shout out to my mom and sister who don't care about this podcast. They don't know why y'all listen to me, but they love it at the end of the day and they support it. Shout out to my wife, because this podcast is a lot. I ran into a photographer yesterday at the studio and he told me, he said, I told him, I was like, the podcast is another job. And I don't think sometimes, especially if you have a significant other, sometimes you need to go in there and thank them, because sometimes your hobbies take a lot out of them. It sounds cute, but it does take a lot out of them from, you're taking out time that you can spend with them. You're not taking them, you're not able to take them on shoots so they can be a part of your life all the time. Sometimes when you get rewarded, they're grateful, but also it's like, damn, the sacrifices they make. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. And I know this is just for QC. I told Laws I was doing a whole Oscar speech, so this is my Oscar speech. Speaking of which, shout out to Kevin, just because. Shout out to Kevin. Kevin is amazing. That's all. He made the Emmett Till play, and he was nominated for an Oscar. So I feel like, this is for him as well. Anyway, I do want to thank everybody, man. I do appreciate it. Sorry to my grandma and my dad who always hear me cuss on here, and they're like, yo, bro, what are you doing? I do appreciate that. So for everybody that was supportive, who is this texting me right now? Thank you to Tanya, who just texted me right now about renting a podcast. Studio, I appreciate her. So to everybody, I do want to appreciate y'all. And we got another 100 coming. Hopefully next year we win podcast of the year. Shout out to Hair Wraps and Lipstick, who absolutely, hold on. Shout out to them because they absolutely deserve that win. It was amazing. I've been a part of their podcast. They've been on here. Those ladies are amazing. They're not only just on Instagram like my ass. They're not only just on YouTube like me. They on TikTok killing it, for those who do not know. They're on Facebook killing it. They on so many different avenues, making sure that they giving y'all that work, and they are on it, and I appreciate them. They're always giving something. They're talking about the stuff that matters. They are giving back in amazing ways, and they absolutely deserve that. And it's glad to see a podcast that I personally listen to win podcast of the year. And I want to thank them because I told them, I say this all the time. I told them over a year ago, I'm only doing 30 episodes and I'm out. And last year we did over 40. Or this year we did over 40 episodes. And we wasn't supposed to be doing over 40 episodes, but I'm just grateful and I'm thankful for them. You talking to people. I've been doing a podcast for over 2 years now. I think, I don't fucking know when I did this podcast. No, it's only been a year. But I'm grateful, man. And I really appreciate them and everything they've done. And I can't wait to see what happens next. Now that we got all that shit out the way, it is almost the end of the year. I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. I hope y'all had a great, I hope y'all took some pictures and are able to give people some images for, what the hell? Hold on. Hey, bleep. I just wanted to reach out and let you know that I came across a website this weekend that's selling a lot of photography education with a Black Friday discount. I was excited and purchased your guide. Then I realized the site probably wasn't legit, as I saw your post in a group about people posting screenshots of stolen guides on sites. I didn't see those screenshots you were referring to, but starting to think about it and wanted to send you an apology. That's weird. I'm really upset about this. Okay. As I didn't intend to support somebody who would and did steal that from you. I'm deleting the guide as I now know you didn't get paid for your content and I will not use it. I feel really yucky to realize I bought something stolen from somebody else. I figure you'll never be able to find out I purchased it from them, but I need to make this right. And reaching out to tell you and let you know that I'm deleting the guide, the only thing I can do right by my mistake. I do not have a business yet, but I hope to someday, and this situation is not how I will start. I'm going to do so much and careful. My sincerest apologies, X. This was posted in Kelly's Boudoir group. Y'all gonna stop lying, man. Y'all gonna stop lying to me. Do I supposed to believe that? Do I supposed to believe that you bleeped out this person's name because, oh, here goes the first part. This is how you become a better person. This is from Kelly. This is how you grow. Making mistakes happens to the best of us, but correcting them is how you evolve. Thank you to the person that sent me this email. I will leave your name out of this message in case you wish to be anonymous. So wait a second. You can share my message, but I want to be anonymous. All right. So apparently somebody wrote that to Kelly apologizing for a guide that they purchased illegally. Bullshit. I'm calling it out. Sorry for the curse words. Sorry. Photographers, we got to stop lying. These educators are lying to y'all. First of all, there are several websites. Excuse me. Do I believe there's websites selling guides? I don't have any evidence of this, but do I believe there's actually websites that sell stolen, illegal textbooks? Absolutely. We've all been to college and we all found unique ways to get the textbook that's selling in the bookstore for free, for cheap, or whatever. Excuse me. So yes, I've been in college, and as a computer software major, when I was in college, I remember the teacher said, if you cannot find this textbook online for free, you probably are in the wrong major as a start. So yes, I do believe there's some site out there that sells fake guides. Or sell fake guides or stolen guides, whatever. Do I believe somebody wrote you and said, hey, I'm sorry, even though you was never going to find out this information. I don't even have a business, but I bought your guide so much so, and I feel like I need to delete it because I'm so distraught about this. I'm calling bullshit. I'm sorry. Let's be real. People are out here lying to make themselves feel better. Also, I laugh at this. Please don't kill me. I was talking to my homegirls one day and I asked them, do they ever go to those women empowerment sessions where you get like 4 boss chicks and they invite everybody to brunch and they sip mimosas. They don't even have food there. They have finger foods and you just get up on this like 5 people on a panel and they all sit there and they talk. And I asked them, I said, do y'all ever feel like it's I call it a D swinging contest, even though nobody has D's there, but y'all understand what I'm saying. It's like a swinging contest. They was like, yeah, that's why no girls really goes to those. It's really like, yo, I'm bringing all you chicks in here, all 30 of y'all in here, and all 4 of us are gonna sit here in our red bottoms on a platform hiring y'all, so we could just shit on y'all. We ain't giving y'all nothing. That's what these educators are doing in their groups every freaking day. Besides my group, make sure you follow NoMorePie by Gavin B. But that is what that is. It's so many ways I could tell you this is BS. From the fact of I'm letting you know I came across a website that's telling it, but this person doesn't list that website so people can go get the site done. Why are you learning about customer relationship management and you don't even have a business? That's stupid to me. So, and I see you post screenshots of stolen guys, but I didn't know what you was referring to. Stupid. I was really upset about this and I supported somebody and I'm deleting a guide as I know now you don't get paid off of it. Why would you ever think she was getting paid? This is so BS from the jump. I need to make this right. So I'm reaching out to telling you that I supported somebody that I need to make this so right that I'm going to reach out to you, let you know I supported somebody else and not you. But I wanted to make this right. No, you know how you can make this right, sis? You go buy her guide. But you know why? Let me tell you, you're not going to go do that because this is all BS. All right. I need a break. Oh, shout out to Darnell and Tequila too. They were guests. Shout out to Chanel. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to everybody that was a guest, man. I'm sorry. I told you I was going to forget people. All right. It's the end of the year. It's the end of the year wrap up. This ain't the end of the year wrap up for the pod, but this is the end of the year where it is go time on getting your taxes in order, your QuickBooks settled, making sure you closing out invoices. Let me tell y'all something that's going to happen. You do not need to be waiting till December 31st to realize you got an open invoice and you need your money so it can count for this year. Please get that stuff settled now. Today, we're not talking about that. I actually want to talk about goal setting and the importance of goal setting and why you as a creative should already be working on your goals and getting that shit straight up for next year. And not even next year, but actually 2023 and 2024. I'm going to give a shortcut on how I set my goals. Next year, I have already set out how much money I want to make. Sorry, my headphones are backwards. I can tell. That's funny. I already know next year I need to make 6 figures. That's my goal with photography. What I do is I looked at how many photo shoots. If I have a base price, I'll give you an example. If I have a base price of $300, how many shoots do I need to do at $300 to reach that goal? That's exactly what I did. Now that sounds simple. Somebody was like, all right, cool. That's all your goal setting. Absolutely not. So I say that, 100, let's say I want to make 100K. I know I need to do, let's do it right here. Not that that's what I'm charging or what I'm going to be doing, but I'm just about to help somebody. Shout out to everybody that knows how to do math way faster than me, who right now is like, bro, you don't even know 100. No, I don't have time for that shit right now. I know it's 3 something. So I need to do 333 shoots next year if I want to make 100K at $300. Is that doable? Absolutely, it's doable. I mean, if you think about it, it's only 27 shoots a month, or 28. That's definitely doable. You got 4 weeks in a month, give or take. Right? So it's 7 shoots a week. That's definitely doable, especially if you're a full-time photographer. You're going to be overworked, but give or take, you do 7-8 photo shoots a week, you can reach that number. Now, I break it down even more and I say, well, how many weddings I need to do that if this is the median number of weddings, how much of that can I break down to subtract out? Right? So if I say, hey, I want to charge people $2,000 a wedding, out of that 100K, how many weddings I want to do? Do I want to do 5? All right, cool. There go 10K. Do I want to do 10? All right, cool. There go 20K. That's taken out. So now I only need to do 80,000 out of that $300 shoot. So you start thinking of it like that. Then I started looking at how many family shoots because I charge this. You need to start working on that stuff now. It's super, super important to know. You should have already been doing it. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because once you get that, once you start there, then I start looking at all my expenses. All right. I have a the big modifier, whatnot, right? for my lights. I'm at shout out to Designs by JK. It's a studio here in Charlotte. I'm there. I'm wrapping up, and I put it in the pack, and the sleeves break. Everything breaks on it, right? Could I got home and jimmied it to all work? Absolutely. I don't have time for that. So I went right on Amazon. I ordered another one. It was there in 2 days. Cool, bet. I understand that probably won't last me another year or a year and a half. I've had it for a minute. So, I consider that. I already know what lenses I want to get next year. I know what type of lights I might want to get more lights, more modifiers. Start thinking about those things now. Start thinking about, this is how much Pixie set costs me. This is how much Dubsado costs me. This is how much Miles IQ costs me. Thinking about your cost of doing business. I do not believe in your cost of doing business is, hey, I believe my cost of doing business is me paying myself $10,000 a shoot. No, that's not how that shit works, right? So, but anyway, start thinking about those things, implementing those things, and then you'll see what you're going to take home if you hit your goals. Please take your spouse, your significant other, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your side chick, whatever. Take them out of town, go on a vacation, give yourself a break. Don't work no doggone holidays. Please, please, please. If you're doing this full time, it is important to give yourself a mental break so you do not break down. Give yourself several mental breaks. I encourage everybody to give yourself several mental breaks. Please do that. So keep those things in mind as well. Once you set those goals, figure out how do you increase that for 2023? How do you increase that for 2024? Please have a marketing goal set aside. So you already know, hey, every week I want to boost one post, or every week I want to get this made so that, I think it's super dope when I go places and people are able to give me something to take with me. I'll give you an example. I was on the Black Fly on the Wall podcast and they gave me a coaster to take home. I thought that was super dope. Now I see their podcast everywhere. My mother-in-law, my friend had came by, two separate people that came to my house. They was like, yo, what's this? They want to know what was Black Fly on the Wall. But it was super dope to be able to say, oh, it was a podcast I went on. I was able to talk about it. Now they know about that podcast. Keep that in mind. Please be able to do that. Be able to give your clients something. Think about client gifts. Creating an experience for your clients is going to take you someplace that a lot of people don't want to go. I say this and I mean this and I don't mean no disrespect. And I'm guilty of it myself. A lot of people suck at communication. Emails, calling people back, following up. That's the basis, bro. If you can get that out, you're going to do work out here. All right. The next level where I'm noticed the people that's making the money, they're creating an experience for their clients. An experience ain't me showing up. We make a couple of jokes, we laugh, and I keep it moving. Experience might be everything from, hey, we get on the phone, we're going to talk everything out. When you get there, I'm going to have something for you. Maybe I bring water just for you. But some people, y'all looking at it and it's like, no, I'm just a photographer. Cool. You could just be a photographer. And you'll just be a photographer. No, as my sister say, no tea, no shade, whatever that means. You can just be that. Or, you can implement in your cost, this is what I'm giving back to my clients. When they leave, I'm like, here, thank you. This is a thank you from me to you. Please be able to do that, man. Create that experience, create those goals, and know what money is going out so you have purpose for it. Please go legit this year. A lot of people missed out on a lot of funds, a lot of grants, free money, because they didn't have, they're not an LLC. They don't have insurance, whatever the case may be. It's a lot of places on Peerspace where you need to have insurance. Please get ready for that. It's a lot of places. I was actually trying to work out of a studio and do one of my insurance, and I had it. I didn't go there because his price was different than what Homeboy quoted me, but whatever. Keep those things in mind, man. Please keep those things in mind. Anyway, we about to get up out of here. I'm hungry as hell. Shout out to everybody that listened to the Stir Fry podcast last week. I do appreciate y'all, man. It was super amazing. Mike got me cussed out. A couple of y'all still mad at me. Shout out to everybody that don't listen to the podcast anymore. First and last time listeners. A lot of y'all claim that y'all was here for it. Y'all not really here for shit, man. And I'm not mad at y'all. Like y'all do what y'all supposed to do, man. Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all next time.